Hello guys and welcome to the BP Gaming Network. We are playing Out of the Park Baseball 19, featuring our Oakland Athletics franchise 2018 season. This is a continuation of our franchise here. We took a quick break there for a month or so, and this is a continuation. So we're gonna pick up where we left off before we took a little short break there towards the end of summer, beginning of fall. And things haven't been going really well for Oakland. The team has been struggling, and we've had to make some moves. We're hoping to try and improve the situation for the team. It is May 28th, 2018 in our season, and let's quickly take a look at how the previous week went. So this is week 9 weekly review. The week started May 21st. We had a 3-game series there against the Seattle Mariners, and then another 3-game series against the Arizona Diamondbacks. We lost all the 6 games that we played in the last week. So we're not really going to go through every single one of those games because it's depressing at this point. But you could see right here from the 22nd all the way to the 27th, we basically lost every single game we played. Pitching has been abysmal. Our offense basically came to a halt, just not been producing. So we're having problems all across the board with this Oakland A's team, and so you can see the whole month of May so far hasn't been pretty. It's been really bad. We have 4 games left to go for this month against the Tampa Bay Rays, and we'll see how we perform there. The game starts on the 28th, which is today. So we made some moves as a result of the struggles that we've been having, and I will show you guys what some of those moves were. So these are the major transactions for the team within the last week. So first thing was we went ahead and put Daniel Colomb on the 40-man roster and called him up to Oakland. We also made a trade. We traded Liam Hendricks to the Atlanta Braves, and in return we picked up Grant Dayton. So part of the move was to try and save some money. I think we have decent guys in our bullpen who can fill in the closer role. That's what we had Liam Hendricks doing for the team. I felt that we had enough depth there that we could make this move and also save some money. So we basically traded it for Grant Dayton, who can also fill in that closer role. You can see his ratings are top notch. His stuff is basically elite level stuff. He's got just below average movement, slightly above average control. He has a decent fastball that is above average, and an elite level curveball. So he's a two pitch relief pitcher. We're going to use him mostly in that setup closer role. Everything looks pretty good on him. He struggled a bit over the last year. Not sure what went down with him. Could have been potential injuries. He is out currently on the 60-day DL, but you could see prior to 2017 he had been pitching really well in AAA, AA, and also for the Dodgers. So we think this is a good pickup. He was claimed off of waivers by the Braves in 2017, and we traded for him. If you look at his contract, he's basically earning league minimum, which is awesome for us. He's still got another 2 years on his options left for his minor league options. He's 30 years old. Pretty good arm, lively fastball. So we think this was a smart move for us. We did give up Liam Hendriks. I tend to think him and Liam Hendriks have very similar roles, although Liam Hendriks has a much deeper arsenal of pitches. He can throw a fastball, curveball, slider, and a circle change, all of them well above average. As you can see, he's got very decent stuff, elite stuff there. He's got decent movement and just below average control. Liam was struggling for Oakland. You can see there 2018 for Oakland. In 20 innings, his ERA was 6.30. And you can't have that when the guy is in a closer role with this much talent. So I just felt like it wasn't working out. So we made the move, and we saved at least $1.5 million from the deal, close to $1.4 million, sorry. We were paying Liam 1.9 mil. We traded for him, so the rest of his contract will be paid by the Braves, whereas we take on the minimum payroll for Grant Dayton. So we'll see how that plays out. He is on the 60-day DL. We don't expect to see him maybe until, we're in May. So most likely not until towards the end of the season. But I think he'll be a good option for us next year to take on that closer role. We also called up Matt Olson from AAA Nashville, and we sent Franklin Barreto down to AAA. Franklin got called up a couple weeks ago, and he's not been performing really well, so we sent him down. We also brought up Steve Lombardozzi, put him on the 40-man DL, and called him up. And at the same time, we optioned Matt Chapman back down to AAA Nashville. Matt Chapman has been struggling heavily. We've tried to give him various opportunities, and it's just not working out for him right now. So we're going to give other guys a chance, and, Matt will spend some time in AAA. So that's where we're at. We're at the bottom of the standings, and we've managed to fall a few games behind the second to last team, which is Seattle, and that's really upsetting. I can understand us being behind, quite a few games behind Houston, but Seattle, we needed to try and stay as close as possible to Seattle as much as we could. We've got Brett Anderson, who's also got an injury. We're waiting to see what the diagnosis is going to be, so we don't know yet. And we also mentioned previously Blake Trinan is out for 6 weeks. So we've got a few injuries to deal with, but overall the team has not been doing well. If we take a look at just some basic stats here, our batting average in the league is the 13th, so basically second, two teams, 2 levels behind the last team. That's really pathetic. Our on base percentage, again, down towards the bottom end. Slugging, same thing. We're basically almost towards the bottom end on every category or statistic on our offense. If we take a look at pitching, our team ERA is 4.85, which is good for 11th in the American League. The starters ERA is 4.93, which is good for 8th in the American League. Bullpen ERA 4.73, which is good for 13th in the American League. Overall, both sides of the coin here not really working out for Oakland, pitching or the offense. So our pitching staff is struggling, and we're going to have to continue to shift things around, make some moves, and hopefully try to get this team back on a winning level. So that's how that looks like. Like I said, this is the schedule. We've got 4 more games, 1 game starting today, and we'll probably going to play out this game, and and you guys can see, how we do. So let's take a look at our lineup for this upcoming game. First of all, let's take a look who's the pitcher. We've got Anthony Bander, who's the starting pitcher for the Rays. We'll be sending Kendall Graveman out to pitch for Oakland. So we'll be facing a lefty. So let's take a look at our lefty matchups. First thing, let's figure out how the team fares in the league overall. So you could see we are third from the bottom in the American League, and not where we wanted to be at this time of the month. Tampa Bay is just level up, just above us in the league standings. So we're just gonna have to keep trying to improve the team, and what else can we do? We don't have the budget to really make any grand moves. We're gonna maybe make a few trades, take a look at the waiver wire, take a look at some cheap free agents, and see if we can boost our chances that way. So this is the lineup that we've got going right now. Take a look at our 7-day lineup. So we've got Jake Smolinski, right-handed batter, as the leadoff. Stephen Piscotty playing in that number 2 spot. Chris Davis is still in that number 3 spot. He's one of the bright spots in our offense. Renato Nunez also doing really well, playing in that cleanup role. We've got Jonathan Lucroy right now in that number 5 spot. I'm gonna have to make a change there and actually bring up Matt Olson. We'll put Matt Olson in that 5th spot. Marcus Semien, who's starting to play well, is going to be in the number 6 role. We've got Jet Lowry in that number 7 role. Jonathan Lucroy, we'll put him back down to the 8th spot. And then the DH, Matt Joyce. We're probably going to have to potentially leave Matt Joyce there, being a lefty, as we face lefty in this game. Let's take a look, make sure that the lineup is properly updated here. So we're going to move Matt Joyce in the number 5 spot and bring Jonathan Lucroy down to that number 8 spot, and then we'll update this. All right, so I think we're good there. Yeah, we're all set. Let's move on to the park and see how we play out. All right, so here we go. We should have updated that logo there for the Rays. I believe that's one of their older logos there. But let's take a look at team stats. If we compare the two teams, they're playing fairly equal. Both of our records, they're 5th in their division. We're 5th in our division. Their winning percentages 412, ours is 377. So they're playing ever so slightly better than we are. Pitching wise, their pitching is pitching a lot better than our team. Their offense is struggling just like we are. So this is a evenly matched team. Two teams that are struggling, two teams that are towards the bottom of their league, and so it should be a good one. Let's move on to the ballpark. All right, so this game is being played in Oakland. Let's see if that's the best view we can get. Okay, so I'm going to introduce the defense there. We've got, again, Kendall Graveman as the starting pitcher. We've got Jonathan Lucroy in the catcher position. We've got Sheldon Noose is going to play first base. Jet Lowry will be in second base. Renato Nunez will be in third base. Marcus Simeon will be in shortstop. We've got Chris Davis in left field. Jake Smolinski center field, and Steven Piscotty will play right field. Leadoff for the Rays will be Kevin Kiermaier. Kiermaier grounds out to the second baseman, and he is retired. So what we're going to do, this is going to be a quicker play out game. We're going to fast forward the game until we have runners in scoring position at each inning, just to move things along. All right, so we've got a situation here. Matt Daffy is at second base. Daniel Robertson is now coming up to bat with 2 outs for the Rays. It's going to be a fly out, infield rule fly. So Kendall Graveman manages to get out of that situation, but it looks like Tampa Bay has now scored a run, so they're leading this game 1-0. All right, so Kendall Graveman again work himself into a low jam here. We've got CJ Cron again at second base. Wilson Ramos will be batting with 2 outs again for the Rays. It's not looking good. So Ramos comes up with the double to center field and now scores a run. That's going to make it 2-0 Tampa Bay. Ramos is now at second with Brad Miller, the second baseman for Tampa Bay, batting with 2 outs still. And he strikes out. So we managed to set them down, and they leave a runner on base. All right, let's see what Jet Lowry can do. He works himself into a walk. And now we've got Dustin Fowler just playing DH in this game. Fowler flies out to center field, and he is set down. Sheldon Noose is up to bat with a run on first and 1 out for Oakland. Noose grounds out to a double play. That's a 4-3-6 double play. That inning is retired. All right, so Graveman again after 65 pitches. Now he's got runners on first and second with nobody out for Tampa. Matt Duffy, the third baseman, is batting next. So we're going to try and get Graveman to see if he can hold these runners, see if we can get a ground ball here and turn a double play. All right, so these guys will be running. I'm going to try and bring that infield in. Let's get these guys to guard their lines. All right, so that didn't pan out. Single to center left, and that scores a run. It is now 3-0 Tampa. And now we've got Matt Daffy on first, Denard Span on second, nobody out. Batting is Daniel Robertson again. And that's a walk given up by Kendall Graveman. Things are not looking good, so we're gonna have to warm up a reliever here. And let's see, we've got a long way to go, so I'm going to get Daniel Columb warming up. All right, so Kiermaier is going to fly out to right field. That was shallow enough. They weren't able to score a run, so that's awesome. And if we can get a double play here, we can get out of this jam. That's not going to happen. Looks like a double to right center field. And that's going to score 2 runs for Tampa Bay. Runners are still on second and third. And the score now is 5-0 Tampa. Alright, so as soon as Columbus is ready, we're going to bring him in and retire Kendall Graveman. So another awful game for Oakland. We're just in a downward spiral here, so can't seem to get anything working for us here. All right, so looks like we've managed to score 2 runs, just as I was talking negatively here. So we got Marcus Semien batting next with runners on first and second and 1 out. So let's see what Marcus can do. All right, so he grounds out to third base. He's forced out at first, but runners do advance to second and third. Jet Lowry now is batting next. See if he can increase the lead for Oakland here, and he cannot. He strikes out. So yeah, we're gonna bring in Colomb. Let's see how he fares here. All right. So Columbus has run himself into some problems here. We're going to get Lou Trevino warming up. Columbus is exhausted. Gives up another hit. Bases are loaded. That should be a foul ball. No, that's no way. For grand slam. Yep. So we're going to bring in Trevino here to stop the bleeding. Trevino gets the double play, retiring the side, and the inning is over. So, and immediately we are in trouble again.
Strike 3, you're out.
Alright, so we're gonna make a change here. I'm bringing Lamadozzi, switch hitter. You know, we're gonna try and do whatever we can, see if we can get runs. No, we cannot. Okay, that retires the side there. Let's see, Smolinski is batting next. They've now switched their pitchers. Romo is pitching.
You're out.
Down goes Smolinski. Steven Piscotty comes in. That's a home run. And Piscotty manages to get us a home run. Cuts down the lead to 6. Chris Davis. He grounds out to the shortstop. And Renato Nunez strikes out. That's all she wrote. It's going to be difficult coming back on this one. So there you go. It's a defeat again. Oakland just unable to come through with any offense, any zest or fight here. Kendall Graveman, the losing pitcher, pitched in 4 innings, gave up 10 hits, 5 runs, 5 earned. His ERA is 6.11. Anthony Banda pitched in 6 innings, gave up 3 hits, 2 runs, and 2 of them earned. You can see for the Rays, they had quite a few guys who performed well for them on offense. Gomez, though, came up with a huge home run for them. We had 2 home runs from Piscotty and Chris Davis, but it wasn't enough, and we've lost that game. So that's how week number 10 starts for this game. Again, can't lose hope. We're going to continue to make moves, make changes, and see what we could do to improve this team. Clearly, we're on a poor performance slide here, but we're not going to lose hope. We'll continue to shuffle things around, maybe consider giving a few other guys opportunities to play in the big leagues, considering the veterans are not playing that well. So anyway, thanks guys for watching. So that's our update as well as a low gameplay for you. Hope to see you on the next video. Thanks a lot, guys.